God says, listen carefully, this message is for you. Don't try to skip this. I know how easy it is to scroll past words that feel too big for the day, too loud for the quiet place inside you, but I am asking you to stop. Put your hand on your chest, breathe slow, and read every line like it matters, because it does. This message is for you, and it is not for anyone else. Don't try to skip this. Don't tell this to anyone yet. God says, pay attention. You have been carrying a weight that was never yours to hold alone. You have been told to be small, to wait, to hope quietly while storms rearranged your life. This is not a rebuke, it is a recognition. God says, I see the nights you stayed awake wondering if the light would ever come back. I see the small betrayals, the larger losses, the times you swallowed your truth so someone else could feel safer. This message is for you. Your pain has not been wasted. Every tear has translated into something that will one day water a field you can't yet imagine. Don't try to skip this. Right now, there are things moving into place that you cannot yet see with the naked eye. There are doors opening in rooms you thought were walled shut. There are people, often strangers, sometimes those you passed on the street, whose timing will feel like miracle because it is. God says, they are finally being caught. The ones who profited from your patience, the ones who took what belonged to you and called it luck, the ones who lied about love, their reckoning is beginning. Don't try to skip this. Hold that for a moment. I don't mean joy that dances on the backs of others' pain. I mean a correction, a balancing. Life tends toward tension and then toward release. For too long you have been the stretched string. Now, the hand that plucks the string gently is arriving. It will not be immediate in the way you want. Timelines are not always our friend. But there will be movement. God says, watch for small, undeniable signs, a ledger adjusting, a truth surfacing, a person who finally speaks the word you needed to hear. This message is for you. Be ready to receive. Do not misunderstand. Justice does not always arrive on the clock you set. Sometimes it comes through subtle channels, an answer for a question you gave up asking, a paper that proves what you always knew, a conversation that shifts everything quietly. Don't try to skip this. When the shift comes, you will know it because the air around your choices will feel different, lighter, sharper, safer. You may be tempted to swivel toward revenge when you hear that the ones who hurt you will be caught. Don't. God says, keep your heart because it is the vessel for what is coming next. Revenge ruins the vessel. It makes what follows taste of ash. Instead, let this be a season of clearing. Let your anger be an honest signal, fierce, real, aloud, but not the captain. Use it to set boundaries, to step away from what harms you, to rebuild what you can control. This message is for you. Power used with care is the kind that lasts. Right now, the urgency in these words matters because you have been taught to dismiss urgent things as panic or performance. I am not asking you to panic. God says, the urgency is a protective light. Move with it like an animal does toward shelter. Secure the documents you need. Say the names you were afraid to speak aloud. Tell one person you can trust, even if it is only to say, I am not okay, and I need help. This message is for you. Beginnings require courage, and courage can be small and steady. There will be people who try to buy your silence, with smiles, with promises, with pity. Do not accept offers that diminish your truth. God says, a bargain struck to hide the truth is always a loss. Keep a record, literal or etched on your mind. Dates, words, the smell of the room where something happened, store them. They will be necessary tools that help unpack what has been twisted. Don't try to skip this. This is also a warning about trust. Not all wounds will come from enemies. Some of the sharpest ones came from people who offered you comfort and then used it. God says, you will relearn trust, and that is okay. Relearning does not mean becoming suspicious of everyone. Relearning means building a different muscle, one that can feel the difference between someone who wants to help and someone who wants to take. This message is for you. Your discernment is your friend now. You have been taught to apologize for breathing loudly in spaces that were not made for you. Stop. God says, your breath is not a mistake. If you have been shrinking to make others comfortable, let this be the first day you stop. Say what you need to say. Make a plan. If you need space, take it. If you need to leave, leave. If you need to stay and stand, stand. This message is for you. Choices made from honesty are never failures. I know some of you are waiting for a sign that is spectacular, a sky-splitting thunder, a voice audible to the world. Often, my signs are quieter, the right person calling, a check arriving when you expected none, the return of a lost thing. God says, learn to notice small miracles. They are the scaffolding of larger ones. Don't try to skip this. If you are afraid that speaking up will make things worse, that the people who have been taking advantage will lash out, hear this clearly: safety is a priority. You are not required to step into danger to claim what is yours. God says, prepare with care. Gather allies. Consult wise counsel. Use the systems available, paperwork, witnesses, professionals who will stand with you. If something feels unsafe, retreat to safety first, strategize second. This message is for you. It is not cowardice to choose life. You may wonder why this is happening now. Time has a strange way of aligning with truth. There are seasons that finish and make room for new growth. The soil that has been compacted by loss is now being turned. God says, everything you endured has been feeding a root that is ready to shoot. That root is resilience. Use it. Tend to it. This message is for you. The seeming delay was not abandonment, it was preparation. Do not let the idea of caught become a theater of gossip in your mind. When the ones who hurt you are faced with consequences, their exposure will not be your entertainment. Be careful not to let schadenfreude take hold. Instead, let your response be a quiet reclaiming of dignity, paid debts returned, truths told, and the clearing of space so that you and others can breathe. God says, there is healing in truth spoken with grace. You are allowed to grieve, now and later. There will be losses that cannot be fixed simply because justice arrives. There will be relationships that cannot be recovered, reputations that cannot be fully repaired, and days you will never get back. God says, honor that grief. Name it. Weep if you must. Let it be part of the alchemy that turns pain into purpose. This message is for you. Grief is not a detour from healing, it is part of the highway. If you have been praying and felt your prayers return like echoes into a dark room, this is for you. God hears even when you can't feel hearing. The world is busier than your private ache, but that does not mean your ache is small. God says, every plea, every whispered name, every tear has been filed in the part of me that keeps accounts of the heart. There will be a season where accounts are balanced within the human systems you know, and there will be a season where what is balanced is only between you and me. Trust both processes. This message is for you. Faith is not a warranty, it is a companion. You might be thinking, what about those who stood by me and did nothing? The ones whose silence built walls around the abusers? This is complicated, and the answer is tender and fierce. God says, you are entitled to your disappointment and to your boundary. People fail. Sometimes they fail out of fear, sometimes out of convenience. You can choose what you will allow them to hold in their hands now: reconciliation, distance, guarded friendship. Whatever you choose, do it from a place of clarity, not from a place of needing them to justify themselves to you. This message is for you. Sometimes the bravest thing is to let the door close and lock it. Practical things: document, document, document. Make copies, store them in places that only you or trusted helpers can access. Write down conversations within 24 hours so your memory has a tether. If there are legal routes, consult someone who knows them. If there are financial steps to reclaim what was taken, pursue them with a steady hand. God says, paperwork can be holy when it restores the dignity that was stolen. This message is for you. Small boring things done consistently change outcomes. There will be moments when you doubt this message, when you remember past disappointments and say, I have been promised before. Skepticism is a sensible friend, it protects you. But don't let skepticism become your permanent home. God says, hold both, the cautious mind and the brave heart. Allow yourself to be surprised in a disciplined way. This message is for you. Hope is not naive when partnered with prudence. Expect unexpected allies. People you thought indifferent may become pillars. People you once loved may step away, and new, fierce love will arrive from places you did not look. God says, pay attention to who shows up sober and steady. Those are the ones to build with. This message is for you. Community heals. There will also be tests. The process of correction will try your resolve. Old fears will return wearing new costumes. You will be tempted to revert to old patterns because they are known, even if they were painful. God says, when the old pattern calls, answer gently, I remember you, but I don't live there anymore. Keep practicing new behaviors until they become your reflex. This message is for you. Resilience grows by repetition. If you are wondering what to say when the reckoning arrives, you don't need a speech. You need the truth. Say what happened. Speak plainly. Name how it affected you. Do not be dragged into minutiae that distracts from the heart of the matter. God says, truth told simply is more powerful than explanation dressed up to please an audience. This message is for you. Your truth is sufficient. Your body has been the map of your suffering. Treat it kindly. Sleep, eat, move, drink water even when you do not feel deserving of simple things. God says, your body is not the place to continue punishment for what has already been endured. Care for yourself as if you were tending a garden that must flower, because you must flower. This message is for you. Small acts of self-care are declarations of worth. There will be a season of quiet after the storm. Use it. The quiet is not a place of nothing, it is a workshop. In quiet, make plans for the life you want to live now that you are relieved of certain burdens. What are your soft desires? What have you always wanted to try but convinced yourself you did not have time for? Start, even if small. God says, incremental steps lead to new landscapes. This message is for you. Your life after will be different, and different is not a synonym for worse. Forgiveness will come in its own time. Don't rush it because someone says it is the proper Christian posture or the mature thing to do. Forgiveness is an internal work that may happen after boundaries are in place, after safety is restored. God says, forgiveness is a gift you give yourself so that you can move forward without carrying venom. It is not a permission slip for people to behave as before. This message is for you. Let forgiveness be your liberation, not their reprieve. Now, to the ones who read this and feel anger rising like a storm, be fierce, but channel your fierceness. Use it to build, not to rebuild walls that trap you. Use it to light a furnace of creativity and justice. God says, don't close your eyes now, don't stop here, this message is still flowing for you. This is not finished. You think you've read enough, but I am telling you, there is more, and if you walk away halfway you will miss the very peace your heart has been begging me for. Don't try to skip this. This is for you alone, and no one else will ever hear it in the same way your soul is hearing it right now. I have seen the people who smiled in your face while working behind your back. I have seen the ones who borrowed from you, not just money but time, love, energy, and then left you dry and questioning yourself. I have seen the words they wrote, the traps they set, the whispers they spread. And I tell you now, their shadows are thinning. Their power is crumbling. Their lies are becoming too heavy for them to hold, and the truth will begin to slip through the cracks like light through broken glass. God says, the truth is unstoppable, and soon even their own tongues will betray them. Don't try to skip this. You are asking me, but when? How will I know it's happening? God says, you will feel it before you see it. A sudden heaviness will lift from your chest. A dream will carry symbols that make sense only to you. A conversation you overhear will confirm what your intuition has been screaming. Someone will slip, and in their slip you will see their guilt. Watch carefully, but don't obsess. The signs will come to you like a river, not like a hunt. This message is for you. I will deliver the truth to your doorstep. But hear me, your part is not to become the judge or the executioner. Your part is to be the one who stands steady when the storm blows the masks away. The collapse of falsehood is loud, and those caught in it will thrash. God says, your role is to hold on to your own integrity so that when justice arrives, you are not consumed by the same flames that burn them. Don't try to skip this. Some of you reading this are trembling, thinking of the names and faces that might be revealed. You are wondering if your suspicion has been right all along. God says, yes, your gut has been telling you the truth. That unease in your stomach was not paranoia, it was my spirit warning you. Do not doubt yourself anymore. Trust what you feel when someone enters the room. Trust what your body tells you. It is not foolishness, it is discernment. This message is for you. The discernment you tried to silence is your shield. God says, I am not only exposing, I am also restoring. Restoration is not just giving back what was stolen, it is multiplication. For every hour they took from you, I will give you days filled with peace. For every coin they stole, I will return streams of provision. For every lie told against you, I will write a truth so strong it cannot be erased. Don't think small. Don't pray timid prayers. Ask for the fullness, because I am not a God of crumbs, I am the God of overflow. This message is for you. Prepare room for what is coming, because it will be more than what you lost. And you doubt your strength. You ask me, am I really chosen? Why me? God says, because you carried what would have broken others. Because you did not let hatred consume you, though it knocked on your door. Because when you were betrayed, you still whispered forgiveness, even if only half-formed. Because when you had the chance to become like them, you chose not to. That is why. This message is for you. I choose vessels that know pain, because they can carry compassion. Now listen with trembling, because this part is not easy. God says, there will be one more shaking before the calm. Do not fear it. When you see news that rattles you, when someone close confesses what they have hidden, when your life feels like it is tilting again, do not scream, "Why again?" Instead, remember this word: it is the final shaking before the settling. Don't try to skip this. Without this last tremor, the truth would not be fully exposed. Let it come, and let it pass, because after it, there will be peace. God says, "I am warning you also about distraction." When the enemy sees you stepping into truth, he will send noise, arguments, sudden crises, temptations that look sweet but are poison. Do not take the bait. When it comes, step back. Do not answer every call, do not reply to every message, do not attend every fight. This message is for you. Silence will be your weapon. Let your stillness confuse them. Let your refusal to engage be your shield. You are not alone in this. Heaven is surrounding you more than you realize. Angels are not fairy tales, they are present, active, and sent for you. God says, in moments when you feel cornered, speak out loud, "Protect me." Watch how quickly peace enters the room. There will be nights you wake up suddenly. That is not random, it is a nudge from me to pray. Whisper even a few words, and you will notice the shift. Don't try to skip this. This message is for you. Your words carry weight in unseen realms. And when the ones who harmed you are finally caught, whether in public or in secret, remember this: you are not defined by what they did, but by how I carried you through. Their exposure is not your crown. Your survival, your growth, your restoration, that is your crown. God says, walk with your head high, because your story is not, "They hurt me." Your story is, "I rose anyway." This message is for you. You are the evidence that light always wins. Don't stop reading here. Don't run away from the weight of this. God says, if you stay with me until the end of this word, I will plant something in you that will never be shaken again. Don't try to skip this. God says, yes, stay. Do not close the book now. The blessings I am loosening are precise and tender, and you must hear them as if each one were a hand laid on your shoulder. Don't try to skip this. This message is for you. When the ones who harmed you are finally caught, a harvest of small mercies and large gifts will begin to arrive, some immediate, some unfolding across seasons, and I want you to recognize them so you can receive them with open hands. First, there is the blessing of clarity. God says, the fog that sat over your decisions will lift. Where there was confusion about who was loyal and who was not, the truth will fall into place like sunlight through a prism. You will stop replaying scenes in your head trying to rearrange them into something kinder. Instead, memory will be honest and merciful. This message is for you. Clarity is a gift that saves you years of second-guessing. Second, there is the blessing of regained time. For so long your minutes were spent covering, explaining, repairing damage you did not cause. God says, those hours will come back to you not as a forced repayment but as new empty space to fill with what you choose. Use that time to sleep more, to study, to laugh, to learn a new craft, to sit in the presence of people who do not drain you. Don't try to skip this. Time reclaimed is a foundation for everything that follows. Third, there is financial restoration, sometimes quiet, sometimes dramatic. God says, exactness matters. Where a small thing was stolen, something precise will be returned. Where much was taken, systems, legal, community, providential, will begin to rebalance. This is not always instantaneous, and it may look like many small payments rather than one thunderbolt, but it will be real. This message is for you. Document everything, sign the papers, accept help when it arrives. Restoration often moves through ordinary channels. Fourth, there is the blessing of restored reputation. God says, when truth surfaces, people who once doubted you will begin to watch their own assumptions. Apologies may come, not all will, and not all are necessary. Yet the quiet correction of how you are spoken about will begin. This is delicate work. Do not chase public vindication as if it will heal your heart. Let reputation be corrected as it must, and hold your dignity as the primary prize. This message is for you. Let truth restore you in the world, but let your healing come from within. Fifth, there is the blessing of safety. God says, when predators are exposed, the places they once entered will feel different, less shadowed, less sharp. You will move through rooms with fewer glances over your shoulder. Safety takes various shapes: physical distance from those who harmed you, legal protections, new people in your life who are watchful and kind. This message is for you. Prioritize safety over being right. Safety is not a luxury, it is a necessary soil for life to regrow. Sixth, there is the blessing of new community. God says, when injustice is corrected, allies become visible. These are not always loud friends, sometimes they are quiet neighbors, professional helpers, a coworker who steps in. Expect invitations to speak, to lead, to join a circle. But also expect the opposite. Some who once stood near you will step away. Both movements are a part of the sorting. This message is for you. Receive those who come steady, let go of those who leave without breaking your spirit. Seventh, there is the gift of returned confidence. God says, you will find your voice again in places you feared using it. Little by little you will trust yourself to say no, to set limits without anxiety, to negotiate for what you deserve. Confidence is not arrogance, it is the muscle grown from consistent acts of self-possession. This message is for you. Practice small yes to yourself, tiny choices that build the larger courage. Eighth, there is the blessing of creativity and calling. God says, wounds, when tended, often bloom into work that matters. What you endured will become an instrument for help, a podcast, a small ministry, a practice, art that reaches people who would otherwise stay hidden. The work you build from your honesty will be steadier than any vanity project. This message is for you. Start with curiosity, not pressure. let passion lead over results. 9th, there is the blessing of gentled anger. God says, the heat you carried will cool into a righteous clarity that no longer consumes you. Anger will become a signal, okay, boundary, I will act, rather than a constant fire. You will know when to engage and when to divert energy into reconstruction. This message is for you. Use anger as a compass, not a home. 10th, there is the blessing of deeper relationships. God says, when the debris clears, the people who remain will be the ones with hands that steady rather than grab. You will be able to choose intimacy slowly and with discretion. Love will feel less risky because you will have learned how to guard your edges and to see red flags earlier. This message is for you. Better company, not more company, will be your future. 11th, there is the blessing of wisdom. God says, lessons learned here will inform decades. Mistakes you made will be converted into counsel you can give others. The memory of pain will become a ledger of compassion that keeps you from repeating old patterns. This message is for you. You will not waste what happened. It will be turned into guidance for yourself and others. 12th, there is the blessing of small, daily peace. God says, the kinds of peace I mean are not always cinematic. They are the quiet mornings when coffee tastes like relief, the sleep that comes without checking the window, the absence of that knot at the base of your neck. These are holy recompenses. This message is for you. Do not minimize small peace, it is the measurement of real change. 13th, there is the blessing of accountability redirected outward. God says, once the harmful ones are caught, systems may be reformed, local structures, workplaces, family patterns. Your experience will be used to help design better protections so that others do not have to learn the same hard way. This is civic holiness. This message is for you. Your voice in the making of better systems is valuable.